us, but probably the world. And I think $10 trillion sounds like about the right amount to me.
Yeah, but Corey, back as late as March 27th, so at least 2 months after Donald Trump was warned by his own national security advisor that this was going to be the greatest threat of his presidency and proceeded to play it down, as late as March 27th of last year, Donald Trump was still praising President Xi of China and still talking about how cooperative he was. Again, if he was so concerned about the Wuhan lab, if he had the opportunity as president, why didn't he get tough with China then when he had the opportunity?
Well, Chris, we were listening to what the media has defined as the experts, and Dr. Fauci specifically. And you know that Dr. Fauci was against banning flights coming in from mainland China.
Wait a minute. Chris, you're telling me that the president, you're going to blame the president's inaction on Dr. Fauci?
No, but look, Chris, if we're going to follow the science and listen to Dr. Fauci, which he has been lifted up by the media as the foremost expert on this matter in the world. Listen to what Dr. Fauci said. First, he said masks would not be needed. Then he said banning flights coming in from mainland China were not necessary. And now we know, Chris, that Dr. Fauci, through his government agency, funded at least $800,000 of government taxpayer money to the Wuhan laboratory. So the question now with all of the emails coming out from Dr. Fauci is, what did he know and when did he know it? And did he give information to the president, which we could have used to prevent a series of these deaths from occurring? So look, this President Trump, was very tough on China. We put a series of tariffs on their products so that we could compete on a global scale. We also found out, Chris, that because of the inadequacies of the previous administration, we were completely unprepared when it came to finding PPE equipment. The reason being, everything was manufactured in China. So through Operation Warp Speed and the retooling of some plants here in the United States, the president was able to once again produce personal protective equipment so that we were not reliant on China.
The president continues to say that the 2020 election was stolen, and according to a number of reports from across the political spectrum, various news outlets from the New York Times to the National Review, he has told people around him recently that he believes he will be reinstated as president by August. Corey, can you please explain to our viewers under what provision of law or the Constitution President Trump can be reinstated as president?
Sure, Chris, and I can tell you, I've spoken to the president dozens, if not more than 100 times since he has left the White House. And the president and I have never had that conversation about him being reinstated. So I can't specifically comment on what he has said to other individuals because it hasn't been a conversation I've had with him. And I know of no provision under the Constitution that allows that to occur, nor do I know of any provision under the Constitution that allows an individual who lost an election to come back in if a recount is dubbed inaccurate. So, look, there are election integrity matters that we need to deal with. There's no question about that. And specifically, when I was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, after the election results, we notified the media of at least one dead person who voted. It is unequivocal. But the response from the media was, well, that person was a Trump supporter. Chris, we have to have election integrity in this process.
Corey, you keep blaming this on the media. The fact of the matter is this went to more than 60 different court cases, and you were beaten in every one. The Supreme Court refused to even hear the Trump challenges. So please don't blame this on the media. You had your day in court, and you lost.
But Chris, what I'm saying that the media's obligation and responsibility should be is making sure that we have a fair and honest account of what the election results were. Look, I have provided specific examples of a dead person who voted in Allegheny County.
What about the courts? What about the courts, including Trump-appointed judges, including the Supreme Court that has a 6-3 conservative majority? They threw you out of court.
Chris, it's not the court's decision or obligation to ensure that dead people aren't voting. That's a legislative responsibility.